Ozzie and Jose Canseco show Friday evening in Oakland as the Toronto Blue Jays are in town to take on the A's. Top of the first inning, and Kelly Gruber, the batter, he greets starter Kurt Young with this three-run home run into left field. Home run number 21 for Gruber. RBI 67, 68, and 69 as the Blue Jays jump on top 3-0. Jamie Quirk's perfect sacrifice bunt in the bottom of the second cut the lead to 3-1 as Mark McGwire scores. Then into the bottom of the third as Dave Henderson celebrating his 32nd birthday. The Bad Boy Club would be happy with this shot. A solo home run to left center field. Home run number 15, RBI 44 for Henderson, 3-2. Next batter and next pitch, Jose Canseco goes to right field. Home run number 27 for Canseco, RBI 63. We're tied at 3. Tied at 4 now into the top of the fifth inning. Pat Borders will double off of Oakland reliever Todd Burns down the left field line, scoring Tony Fernandez and George Bell on the double. RBI 30 and 31 for Borders, 6-4 Toronto. Blue Jays move out to a 7-4 lead in the sixth inning. That's when Tony Fernandez triples down the right field line. Luis Sojo will get the call around third base and beat the Mark McGwire throw, 7-4, RBI number 38 for Fernandez. It would be 8-4 after 6 innings of play, and then in the 8th, Jose Canseco strokes his second home run of the game, 28th on the season. Another solo shot, RBI 64, and it is 8-5 Toronto. Friday evening in St. Louis as the Cardinals are at home to take on the San Diego Padres, and it is Mug Night at Busch Stadium. Bottom of the third inning, the Cardinals will go ahead 1-0 on Vince Coleman's career 200th RBI, 22nd of the season, as he grounds out, scoring Jose Oquendo on the play off of Padres starter Ed Whitson. Padres held hitless by John Tudor until the fifth. That's when they would come up with a couple. Gary Templeton with this RBI single to right field, scoring Joe Carter from second base, RBI number 35. We are tied at 1. To the bottom of the fifth, and Vince Coleman will come up with this line drive to left field, mishandled by Bip Roberts, allowing Oquendo to score, and it is 2-1 St. Louis. Still in the bottom of the fifth inning, and the Cardinals would load the bases against Whitson, and then Willie McGee would deliver with this RBI double, scoring Tudor and Coleman on the play. 4-1, the Cardinals taking the lead on McGee's double. It would remain 4-1 until the top of the seventh. Jack Clark would lead off the inning with his 14th home run, 29th RBI. This is a shot over the 383 mark in left center field. Clark loving to hit against his former team in St. Louis, cutting the lead to 4-1. That would be your final, as Lee Smith would come on in and get his 13th save of the season, getting pinch hitter Freddie Lynn to ground out to second. Tudor picking up the victory. He is 8-3. Ed Whitson taking the loss, dropping to 7-7. Cardinals winning it 4-2. And the Los Angeles Dodgers in Pittsburgh Friday evening, taking on the Pirates. Bottom of the first inning, Bobby Bonilla facing Mike Morgan, and Bonilla will double down the right field line. R.J. Reynolds comes in to score on the play. 1-0, RBI number 64 for Bonilla, who goes into second base. Still in the bottom of the first, and Barry Bonds would be the next batter. Bonds will single to right field, scoring Bonilla on the play from second base. RBI number 70 for Bonds, and the Pittsburgh led it 2-0 after 1. Into the second inning, still 2-0. That's when Jose Lean came to bat with no outs, and Lean will come up with this triple to deep right field over the head of Hubie Brooks, who was playing in on the play. Mike Lavalle, who got a late start on the play, will try to beat the tag home and will. 3-0, Pittsburgh leading. And then Bob Walk, starting for the Pirates tonight, will help his own cause here as he will come up with this high chopper past Lenny Harris, who loses it in the lights. Jose Lean scores 4-0 Pittsburgh. The Dodgers would cut the lead in half in the top of the seventh inning. Cal Daniels picking his 14th home run. This one to left field over a leaping Barry Bonds. RBIs 46 and 47 off starter Bob Walk. 4-2 Pirates. And that would be your final 4-2. Ted Power coming in the ninth, picking up his fifth save, getting Stan Javier to line out for the final out of the game. Bob Walk takes the win. He is now 5-4. Mike Morgan dropping to 8-8. Pirates win it 4-2.
Friday night in New York. Buddy Harrelson and the Mets hosting the Atlanta Braves. The Mets jump out 3-0 in the bottom of the first. Dave Magadan's RBI single made it 1-0 New York. And then with 2 outs, Howard Johnson lines a single to center field off Steve Avery. Darryl Strawberry and Kevin McReynolds scoring, and it's 3-0 Mets. RBIs 51 and 52 on the season for Johnson. Sid Fernandez making the start for New York, and after giving up a walk in the first inning, he strikes out a career-high 7 straight there. In the top of the second, he gets Andres Thomas. In the top of the fourth inning, we'll see Fernandez as he gets Jim Presley to go down swinging. Fernandez struck out 10 batters over 7 2/3 innings. He retired 14 batters from the first to the fifth innings, and he did not allow a hit until Greg Olson led off the sixth with a single. It marked the second time in 3 starts and 23rd time in his career that Fernandez reached double digits in strikeouts. In the top of the 8th inning, Andres Thomas broke up the shutout. He led off with his 4th home run of the year. That made it 3-1 Mets. It's his 12th RBI on the season. But in the bottom of the 8th, New York with 3 runs. With 1 out, Mackey Sasser with a pinch hit double down the right field line. Howard Johnson scores to make it 5-1 Mets. It's Sasser's 22nd RBI of the year. Still in the bottom of the 8th, New York relief pitcher Alejandro Pena picks up his first hit of the season and his first RBI with a ground ball single to center field, and that brings home Kevin Elster to make it 6-1 Mets. That's the final score. Fernandez with the win is 6-6. Steve Avery takes a loss. He's 1-4. Alejandro Pena picking up his 3rd save.
McNamara and the Cleveland Indians in California Friday night to take on the Angels. We'll pick up the action in the bottom of the first inning as Lee Stevens hits his first career home run, a 3-run shot to deep right field off Indian starter Bud Black, and this gives the Angels an early 3-0 lead. Moving now to the top of the second inning, Sandy Alomar Jr. gets the Indians on the board with a single up the middle off Angels starter Burt Blyleven. This scores Chris James from second base, and the Angels lead was 3-1. RBI number 38 for Sandy Alomar Jr. Now to the top of the third inning with the Angels leading 4-1. Candy Maldonado drives in Mitch Webster from third base with his infield hit, and the Angels led 4-2. Burt Blyleven would strike out only 1 Indian tonight, but here in the top of the fourth inning, he strikes out Corey Snyder to move into 5th on the all-time strikeout list. He now has 3,624 strikeouts. Now to the top of the 5th inning with the Angels leading 5-3. Brooke Jacoby will get the Indians to within 1 run as he doubles past left fielder Dante Bichette as Chris James scores all the way from first base. The Angels would open up a 5-run lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here, Lance Parrish 2-run single makes the score 8-4. They would increase their lead to 9-4. And then Mike Fetters would pitch 4 scoreless innings of relief for his first save. Here he gets Keith Hernandez to ground out to end the game. Burt Blyleven picks up the win. He's 8-5. Bud Black, the loss, he's 8-5.
In Houston, Art Howe and the Astros are hosting the Montreal Expos. The bottom of the first inning, Glenn Wilson will walk with the bases loaded. It's the 3rd walk of the game by Kevin Gross. Eric Gelding scores, and that puts Houston up 1-0. Wilson's 34th RBI of the season. Gross will give up another walk that puts Houston up 2-0, and Craig Biggio's ground out makes it 3-0 Houston. Gross only lasting 2/3 of an inning. In the bottom of the second inning, Bill Doran and Javier Ortiz on second and third base. Here with 2 outs, Wilson with the double to left center field off Drew Hall. Doran and Ortiz score. It's 6-0 Astros. RBIs 35 and 36 for Wilson. Still in the bottom of the second, Rich Redmond with a ground ball single to center field. Ken Caminetti and Craig Biggio score to make it 8-0 Houston. Houston sent 9 batters up in the bottom of the first and 10 in the bottom of the second. Still in the bottom of the second, Danny Darwin with his first hit of the year. He makes it a big one, a triple off the right field wall over Larry Walker's head. Gedman scores to make it 9-0 Astros. Darwin's first RBI of the season. Danny Darwin pitched 7 shutout innings. He struck out 5 and is 2-0 with a 1.03 earned run average in 4 starts since being inserted into the rotation. There in the top of the 4th, he strikes out Larry Walker. Move now to the bottom of the 8th inning. Montreal's second baseman Dave Martinez pitching. He gives up 2 runs in 1/3 of an inning. You see him warming up on the mound, and with 1 out, he'll give up a double to Ken Caminetti. Caminetti doubling to left field. Terry Poole will score, and that makes it 11-0 Houston. Still in the bottom of the 8th, there'll be a pitching change for the Expos. Junior Noboa will take the mound now. He removes the wraps from his wrist as he takes the ball from Dave Martinez. Noboa walked 1 batter in his 2/3 of an inning stint. So still in the bottom of the 8th, the Astros go up 12-0 as Noboa will walk Alex Trevino with the bases loaded. Glenn Wilson comes in to score, and it's 12-0 Houston. Still in the bottom of the 8th, Jim Clancy will ground out into a double play to end the inning. Junior Noboa running off, smiling, tips his cat, and he gets some congratulatory comments from his teammates in the dugout. Moved out to the top of the 9th inning with 1 out. It's 12-3 Houston now. Delino DeShields will triple to the left center field gap. Goff, Noboa, and Foley all scoring to make it 12-6 Houston. That'll be the final. DeShields bringing his RBI total to 25. The winning pitcher is Danny Darwin. He's 4-1. Kevin Gross takes the loss. He's 8-6, 12-6 Houston over the Montreal Expos.